Well, welcome to BBC on July 28th, 2012. And today is a very, very special day at the Abbey. We are rejoicing in the enthusiasm, the generosity, and the kindness of our volunteers here that have showed up to support the first monastery for trainees of the Tibetan Buddhist tradition who are Westerners. So this is a pioneering place, and I would like to think of all of you also as pioneers. So today we wanted to, the Abbey has done this a few times in the past few years, I think maybe 3 times prior, where we open up our hearts, open up our homes, and make a big lunch and share in friendship with those who have really supported the Abbey in the past 9 years since our inception. I have heard from a number of you over the years that the first thing that you said when you heard about Sravasti Abbey being up here is like, I cannot believe that there is a Buddhist monastery in our own backyard. And I mean backyard meaning, you know, within 100 miles or so. But that people were very, very much surprised to know that we were here. And when Venerable sort of put her vision out there years ago, and then it started to really take hold, she wanted to found the Abbey in a place where the Dharma wasn't present, or where the Dharma was maybe in these little tiny individuals around a large area of land, but she really wanted to bring the Buddhist teachings to a place that didn't have it yet. And so, and that the thing that made it so remarkable, and her friends had some concern and some skepticism about what she was planning to do, being all the way up here and sort of, in their eyes, in the middle of nowhere, was that she was going to hold one of the primary teachings, that she was going to live on the generosity and the kindness of others. So here she was, an hour and 10 minutes from Spokane, and from the very first day that she moved here in October, she has depended on the kindness of others for her robes, for her food, shelter, and clothing. And as the community has grown, we have continued to hold that core teaching of the Buddha. And so it has been due to the kindness of all of you that we are able to not only be sustained, but I mean, look at this place. And it is like this because of all of you, for your practice, your generosity, your skill, your resources, your skills, your expertise, your time, your enthusiasm. It is what it is. We're able to practice the way that we do, and it's growing the way that it is because of your kindness. And since, and even before she moved here in 2003, a number of you, because she wasn't here physically, but she was starting to look at property, and she needed to know some things about planning and zoning and who she would need to talk to. And even before she was here, there were a number of you who were making phone calls, contacting the county, talking to the former owners, really supporting her from the very, very beginning. And since then, that was 9 years ago this month, by the way. Yes, but before she bought it, July, August of 2003, some of the main sort of footwork that was done for her to acquire the property in September of 2003. So since then, we have had thousands of people visit the Abbey. They have come by. Zopa, bless her heart, has had people pull into the circle and say, I'm just passing through. Can you show me the Abbey? I've never been here, and I'm here. We've had people just show up. We've had people come and stay for a day, stay for a few days, stay for a week, a month, a year. And for some of us, we're hoping to stay here for the rest of our lives. And all of those people who came and went, to have the facility, to have the practice, to have the form and the structure here, and the beautiful gardens and the beautiful forest and the wonderful kitchen, is due to the kindness of all of you over the years. I had the great joy of, we have a little gift for all of you after lunch, and I had the great joy of going through, we have about 6,700 pictures in our archives of what has happened here in many, many aspects of Abbey life in our archives. And I had to pull together a number of pictures to offer, to show, and to capture the highlights of the Abbey in the past 9 years. And I have to say, I'm pretty amazed at what we have asked you folks to do in the past 9 years. I mean, we just didn't want you to ever miss the opportunity that we get to do as practitioners and as residents here to be able to do exactly what we're asked to do. And to do it with a kind of willingness and a kind of joy and a kind of humor that has really helped the community. You know, sometimes your presence here has really helped us to feel supported, has really helped some of the days where some of us have honestly been struggling about, you know, why we're here, what we're doing, and to have your joyful, smiling faces come to the Abbey really helped us turn our minds many, many, many times. Your willingness to show up and be open to whatever needs had to be done. So we've got photographs. We have evidence. We have pictures of you digging ditches, pitting hundreds of cherries. Where's Nancy Burroughs? Cooking pots of food, hauling piles of dead branches, chipping, scrubbing buildings and toilets, weeding, washing windows, directing traffic, mowing the lawn, and being so happy about doing it. You have hosted Venerable, you have hosted the community in all of our travels. You have driven to the airport and back no matter what time, no matter what state of the roads or the weather that was happening at the time. You have transcribed, you have edited, you have delivered mailings, you have addressed envelopes. You bring food every week. And as the community grows, we have watched it become more and more, a lot more time, a lot more of your resources, a lot more of organizing. And we never feel from our side that there's a struggle going on. You know, that there's a difficulty going on from your side. The food comes, you're so happy to bring it. We feel nourished, we feel gratitude in a place in our hearts that has not stopped since October of 2003. And as you can see, the shelves in the pantry, the refrigerators are overflowing with food. You have sewn our robes. You have made our Anagara outfits. You have knitted us hats and scarves to keep us warm. And this is just a few of the things that you do to care and support for all of us here at the Abbey. And from the very first day, we have all felt that one of the most crucial causes and conditions for this place to be what it is, how it is, and the fact that we all get to live here and practice is due to your kindness in a very, very specific way. And the Buddha teaches so much on dependent arising. And as the years go on, the teaching on dependent arising, it's the interconnectedness of all of us, but the vastness and how it grows and how everything comes to be due to the causes and conditions of so many people at so many times doing so many things. It exists totally on the kindness of our teachers, of our teacher, first of all, Venerable Chudren. It depends on the kindness of her teachers, of our visiting teachers, the supporters, not only all of you folks, but you have got a connection to all of the folks who support and care for us all around the world in the way in which they can, which is either through financial resources, through their practices, through transcribing, audio editing, helping take care of our teacher when she travels. You have those who have come here to train due to the kindness of each and every one of us, those who have come on retreat have made this happen, those who we hire for projects, even our contractors, our plumber, our veterinarians, the Albany Falls lumber store, and all of you who give your time, resources, practice, ideas, and enthusiasm. Everyone is part of this conditioned phenomena we call Sravasti Abbey. And so to practice on our attachment to our Abbey, it's very important to always remember that it is an impermanent conditioned phenomena, changing moment by moment, arising due to limitless causes and conditions, all the limitless parts that make it happen, and the minds that conceive and label it and put that name on this place. It is empty of any inherent solid existence. We ourselves are empty of any solid inherent existence. So when we start to feel a little bit attached, a little bit consumed by what we do and how we do and why we do it, is to remember that This is a fleeting conditioned phenomena that will exist perhaps for a very, very long time, but it doesn't exist in time and space independent from its own side, solid, autonomous, nor do we. And that's the beauty of this dependent arising, is that we create the causes for something very, very specific, which at the same time is very fleeting and very, very impermanent. And as Venerable says, we must continue to try to be content to just create the causes moment by moment. And by being together, offering service together, practicing together, we are creating the causes to not only have the Dharma in our lives in the future, but to be Dharma friends in the future, to meet Venerable children and all the wonderful teachers who have been here in the future, and to be able to practice together as friends, supporting and encouraging each other along the path from now until awakening. So today is yet another opportunity, moment by moment, for us to create the causes and conditions to meet again in the future, in all continuous lives, seeing this place grow. We may not remember until we become Buddhas, sitting around going, man, you remember those one countless eons where we made that incredible place called Sravasti, Abbey, and boy, first I was a nun there, and then I was a teacher there, and then I was a frog there, and then I was a contractor there, and then I was a fly on the wall, and then I was a bodhisattva there, and to really feel that we are creating some very, very precious causes and conditions today. So thank you all for coming, and it's just a joy to be able to offer this for you today.